Camera, check, 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 check one. YouTube channel has started. Everybody, let loose. Let loose. And feel free.
We're sounding good today.
There's my shit right here. Do the old cross checks right there. That feels about right. I like the way that feels there. Oh, hello. Check, check. 1, 2. Dude, bowls are loaded. Everything's going. Everything's ready to go.
I think we're straight, man.
I think the theme music's playing right now.
Oh.
What's up, podcast listening people at home? This is Ryan Summers. I'm sitting here with my homie Vanzel Washington. Remember when that lady called you Vanzel Washington at the weed store?
Oh, bro, I get so many different variations of my name. I got mail from Puget Sound Energy, and it says Ganzel, like Gandalf with a G, G-A-N-Z.
I like that.
Yeah, it's one of those things, man.
Just, are we coming in hot? Are we way hot? Does it feel good? Does it feel hot?
I'm feeling pretty fresh.
We're not gained out, so...
I think we're good.
All right, dude, we're really good. So, hey, guys, this is the Lifted Scene podcast. I'm talking to the YouTube channel people at home, and I'm also talking to you audio people that are just audio pleasure listening only types of people. And if you're just listening for the first time, I want to welcome you to this show called The Lifted Scene. And basically, we take weird hippy-dippy stuff and we make it sound really cool, because actually it kind of is. And some of that really cool stuff is meditation, for one, and eating healthy and eating good. And it's going to lead us into our episode today, which is about plant-based diets. And I'm so stoked that the homie Vanzel, this dude who constantly inspires me and he inspires others, he's here. He's a smart man. He's loaded with information. And I have personally, actually, I'm going to get a lot out of this episode, because I, for one, am trying to aim for one of those plant-based sort of diets. So stick around, everybody. Everybody in the audio, stick around. What's up, my man Vanzel? How you doing?
Bro, I'm doing excellent. Today was Harvest Day at work, and that's always a funky, sticky kind of day. And gosh, a lot of a really interesting week. I think something I better just throw out there, that I changed my user handle. Oh my gosh, everyone! I got so much feedback. People are like, "Why'd you change your name?" I went from Gains and Ganja, which was my loves of cannabis and health and wellness. And I was trying to put them together, and, eventually, you have a really cool, uplifting, eye-opening LSD trip, and then you find out your true life purpose. And, well, I just applied all of my passions and skills that are horticulture and gardening, and I kind of threw it into something a little different. And now my user handle is Planting Ahead.
Planting Ahead.
It has a lot. It actually it correlates very well with today's episode. And I guess the premise was, ever since I was 11, 12, 13 years old, I've been fascinated with plants. I've been fascinated with how they grow, the medicinal benefits that they have, everything under the sun. Get it? And I don't know. I just decided that, for our future, for our children, for our world to survive, we have to start leaning into plant-based diets. This is for the economy, the environment, just overall health, mental wellness. And I guess I'm gonna kind of get into it with, today I'm going to teach you guys, or tell you guys all about, and give some good details into my morning ritual, which is a superfood shake.
Superfood shake. This, for one, I'm interested in. I've actually asked him several times what the recipe is. He didn't bring a recipe today, but that's okay, because he got it all up there.
No, I brought it.
He got it all
up there. I
just
didn't bring a recipe for food.
I know. I mean, we don't use books anymore, you guys. We don't have literature. This
is my notepad now, yeah.
This is the notepad.
I got one at home, paper. So.
See everybody staring into these things these days, which I'm a fan of.
Oh, yeah.
I'm a fan of. I do it. Dude, I like it.
But you know what I was going to say? We almost skipped our first segment, dog.
Oh, yeah. We got segments, guys. Dude, episode 13. Did we even mention that? Today's episode 13.
We're just rolling. I think everybody who's listening is just down for the ride.
Are you guys down for the ride? Who's down for the ride?
I'm down for the ride.
Leave a comment in the comment section. Shut up. We're not like those vlogs that are like, hey guys, smash the like button. Hey guys, smash it. If you, I'm not getting paid for this. Just go ahead and smash something like the like button, not a TV or a banana or your friend's pajamas. The like button, you know? Okay.
Well, I have something to say about this first segment. Our first segment is shout outs and reviews. You leave a 5-star review. We read it out loud. We review it. We appreciate 5-star reviews, but I'm looking at our review section, my friend, and we didn't get any new reviews this week. So
new reviews.
So we're going to pass on shout-outs and reviews and get right into the lifted scene.
That means we don't get to sing our famous shout-out and reviews theme song. Unfortunately. Sorry, you're lost.
It happens.
All right.
So if you guys want to leave a 5-star review, we would appreciate it. We will read it, and we will, we'll get on. Yeah.
So I guess today's shout-outs go out to Dandelion Tea, and he's drinking some lavender tea. Have you tasted it? How's it?
It's actually really good, yeah.
I was actually a little bit hesitant on the Dandelion Tea. Both caffeine-free, by the way. But it's actually quite delicious. I'm happy with it. Really happy with this.
And it's a good detox. Actually, you know what? I have someone we can do shout-outs for, and it's actually, we're jumping all over the place, but we do have...
Sorry, we're jumpers.
We do have some things that got... If you guys are checking out us on YouTube, you can see that we got 2 boxes. They were sent to me specifically to open on the podcast, so we're going to get into that at the end of the podcast as well. But
yes, indeed.
How about we just jump right into it, and I get into the Superfood Shake.
Superfood Shake, guys. It's Superfood Shake time, all right?
All right. So the reason I do the Superfood Shake is for multiple reasons. I like to start my day off with something that gives me every single bit of, nutrition, all encapsulated into one thing. Tastes good. It's quick. It's easy for your body to digest, and you're not going to get to work and be like, oh, man, I got the itis because of that biscuit and gravy this morning.
You know how that feels.
No, so the reason,
okay.
Some gravy.
Lay's potato chip.
Yeah, and I think that's most people's breakfast. They gorge themselves a lot of the times, or they don't eat. And if they eat so much that they kind of just coast through lunch, and then by the time they get home, they're just starving, and they gorge themselves again, Putting your body in this constant influx of like eating, not that's not very good for your body.
And it's kind of easy to adapt to any kind of I don't know, whatever your schedule is. Some people don't eat anything in the morning. They just drink some coffee, maybe have a bagel. Oh,
yeah. I've got a bagel, tide me over a little bit.
But you do the little bit of a lunch, and then you're, like you said, you're screaming hungry once you get home for dinner, and that's just kind of your schedule. And actually, your body will kind of actually adapt to that. It's pretty weird.
It definitely does, yeah. And I've had to recently, I don't like to say force, but I had to force myself into a routine of bringing food with me all the time, so that I'm constantly putting stuff into my body, so I never get into a state of deprivation where I'm like, man, I wish I would have brought food. Man, I'm hungry. Because when you're in that state, it's pretty much like all you're thinking about. When your body's yearning for energy, nothing else in your mind, your speech, the way you walk, everything's altered, and you're like, food is your main goal. So I like to pack myself with all kinds of nutrients first thing in the morning. So the reason I also make a shake, and I want to make this very clear too, is that just the act or the actual thing of grinding or blending your food is already one step above for energy. Okay, so check it out. So if you blend your food, via shake, your body you don't have to use energy from your mouth for you to chew. Okay. 2, your body doesn't have to use as much energy to break down all these little chemical compounds that are in your food. So you're already 2 steps ahead with consumption of, your energy of this food. So what you're doing is that once you've ground up or blended this food, you make it more bioavailable. Your body basically starts absorbing this food because it's already, in very, 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 very small pieces. You drink it and you're absorbing in your mouth. It's going down your esophagus. You're already starting to absorb it. So
is that sorry to cut you off? Is that kind of like is there such thing as like blasting your stomach with too much broken down food, or is that totally legit? Like you just scarf down a big shake and it's already broken down? Because I guess that's why we have teeth. You're supposed to break stuff down, and that's why how our stomachs accept it. But does it ever just get if you just hammer down a smoothie? Is it ever too much, or is it just like a shortcut for your stomach enzymes to break it down.
It's kind of like a shortcut, I would
It's
say.
like a shortcut, huh?
Yeah, exactly. But it's a good
love it.
shortcut. You know, normally shortcuts are like, you know, the easy way out. I mean, this is an easier way, but I don't think it's bad for sure. But yeah, you can overload your body with food. You'll know this from stomach pains. You know, if your body's not used to consuming that amount of food or those types of foods, it all kind of depends on the person and the situation. But I like this because it's quick, it's easy. I have all of these things already like in my cupboard. I just take all these 10 plus things out, put them in the blender, blend it up, put it in the cup, and I go. And I sip it on the way to work. So by the time I get to work, I'm not like trying to like finish my breakfast, and I'm just, you know, happy. I'm good to go. So
and it's delicious, right?
yes, and it's all organic. I want to start off by saying that, okay? So I'm going to get right into this. We'll probably stop at each little checkpoint, and we'll kind of talk about all these different things. And then I have a whole bunch of things that I add to it that are my personal preference, but are optional for most people. So I'm going to give you like the basics, and then anything else you guys want to add, feel free to add.
Before we do this, let me go double check the video situation over here.
All right, I'll get right into it. All right, so number 1, almond milk. Almond milk is great. It's a great alternative if you're trying to, or for trying to switch off of, you know, cow's milk. Not your mom, not your milk.
Almond milk. I love almond
milk. It tastes way better in my opinion. Okay.
It's juicy. It's delicious. It's tender.
Yeah, and
that's describing a steak right there. Later.
And it's kind of like the basics, or the base of your shake, and you can add as much or as little as you need to make it the consistency either thicker or a little thinner, however you like it. And then next up is greens. Not like, you know, collard. You can add collard greens. You can add dark, you know, chlorophyll packed, phytonutrient packed greens, but I choose kale or spinach usually. Now, depending on how much of that greens flavor you want or how much phytonutrient you want, light energy, which your body runs off of, that's up to you. I put about a cup or so. Next on the list is veggie protein powder.
Say that last part again.
Which part?
The last thing about the greens, like the last 1 minute.
Okay, so greens.
My bad.
Oh, it's cool, man. We're over here.
Video section went out.
We're still looking for an intern to do the video, so if you guys are interested, hit us up.
Who wants to do this video? Come on.
All right, so greens, kale or spinach. Now, like I said, I put about a cup. You can add less or more, but it's good to get greens not just for dinner and a side salad or lunch for a side salad. It's like, you know, greens can be an actual meal. Like a salad is a meal. When you have, you know, a salad most of the time has more protein than a goddamn steak or pork or chicken or any of these things, right? Next up is veggie protein powder. So I use Vega. Vega is like one of the more commercialized vegan vegetable-based proteins. It's got all these vitamins and minerals in it in itself, and that right there is just a meal replacement in itself. But I added about a half scoop to a scoop of this in there. And then I add a handful of almonds, handful of walnuts. These are extremely good for your brain. There's a lot of omega-3 fatty acids. Those are really good for maintaining structural integrity of your cell membranes. And every single part of your body is, if you go down to the, you know, the very, very smallest form, they're all cells. They're all different living beings. You know, you help to, you know, give these guys some strength, right? Next is dates. I use dehydrated dates or dried dates. And it's like an all-natural sugar replacement. Really easy to, you know, add to anything. Just, you know, I've even gone to where I've now bought in date sugar. It's just an alternative to not using synthesized fake sugar, you know, cane sugar, things of that nature. Okay.
I like those dates. I like it when you chop them up, or when you blend them up, but they don't quite blend all the way. They kind of have that little bit of a jelly, chewy, chewy, chunky. Yeah, those are
like
awesome.
That. Exactly.
I like those a lot. Good flavor.
Next up, we have cacao powder and cacao nibs. You guys know this as cocoa or chocolate. And yes, every single day I can say I have chocolate every morning. This is not even a joke, you guys. Cacao powder is excellent for, cacao powder in general. It's a more condensed version. Cacao nibs are just little chunks of the cacao. I guess you would call it a seed, not? I can't say exactly, but
nibs, cows.
Yeah. So, cacao powder has a lot of iron in it. Iron is really good for your body. It's good for your blood. And the cacao nibs and cacao powder also have, you know, smaller trace amounts of caffeine. So it's a little extra kick for the morning, right? And then two things I had to kind of break down real quick, because these two can be a whole topic for a show in general. But I make a mix. I put chia seed, flaxseed, coconut, shavings or dried coconut, and pumpkin seeds, and I put those into a blender prior, and I blend those up, and that's a mix. I put a scoop of that into my shake every day. So
that's like a little bit of a powder, kind of, or is it like a powder consistency?
It's kind of like a granularly.
Yeah,
it adds a little bit more body to your shake. Kind of gives it a little crunchy, like something to chew on, right?
I like it. Some substance.
Yeah, and that's a lot of fats, a lot of good fats. Your body runs on carbs and fats. Only I think 5% of your caloric intake daily is protein, or should be protein. That's all your body needs. So really, you run off of fats as a human being.
Running off them fats, boy.
And agua. Next, this is some really out of the world shit, and I didn't know about this until my girlfriend, who's a holistic nutritionist, got me on this. And as soon as we figured out what it was, we ordered some. It's called Irish sea moss. It's a kelp. It's grown in the water, in the ocean, okay? And there's a huge abundance of this stuff. Now, people are like, well, why do you do that? Why do you add this kelp? What's so great about this kelp to your shake here? So the human body has 102 basic minerals. It's comprised of 102 basic minerals. This Irish sea moss, that's like a tongue twister kind of.
Irish sea moss.
Yep, there you go. Right? It has 92 of those minerals within one thing. Like I'll take a hit of this too in a second. So imagine that. That in itself is something you could probably just take by itself. And Irish sea moss has more than just minerals. It has trace amounts of iodine, things that are just really good for cleaning you out, right? And that's like my basic. That's like the bare minimum. Now I'm gonna tell you a couple things I add to mine personally, just to kind of, or that you can add to kind of add some flavors and some textures and things of that nature. So first up for optional things would be dried apricots, kind of get that chewy, kind of like consistency you were talking about.
Yes.
Bananas, bananas are nice because you can chop them up, put them in a bag, put them in the freezer, or you can add them fresh, whatever you like. Frozen berries. I bought an organic frozen berry mix. It has cherries, blueberries, and strawberries in it. Pretty good. You can also do mangoes. This week I bought a couple of mangoes, sliced them up, put them in the freezer. Same thing.
Monster.
Carob powder, carob. Now, carob powder is cocoa powder, but carob powder is grown in Egypt. It's a different kind. It's like a different phenotype of chocolate, and the only difference is it's got more of like a smokier taste to it, and it doesn't have caffeine. So this is something you can have at nighttime, if you're afraid that maybe the chocolate's going to keep you up or keep your mind going or get you antsy or things of that nature. So that's kind of a nice option. And then I got maca powder. Maca powder is a root, and it supports the body's ability to adapt to stress and improve energy, vitality, and stamina. So this is also another good thing to have in the morning.
Maca powder?
Maca powder.
How does that spelled? Matcha? Is that the
that's matcha green tea. This is maca. MACA.
All right. I think we're gonna have to copy and paste this list and post this in the description or something, or maybe I'll edit it in the video. And we'll just like have all the ingredients here for you. Just
we'll put it in the description for you.
Put me in the script.
Oh, I hit this pen too. Okay.
All right. Maca powder. That was.
All right. So next we have MSM powder. I need to take a drink of this water. Oh my god.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah,
that thing rips.
It's a getter. Hey guys, this is a little getter.
It is a getter.
This is the same one we had last episode, and
Oleum,
basically,
right?
Yes, the oleum. And if you can tell me if you're a new listener or a listener at all, and you can tell me what the strain was in the comments right here today, you get a free shirt.
Oh damn!
Free shirt. Oh, what shirt?
Oh, hold on. He's grabbing something. I'm actually pretty interested to see what this shirt's all about too. Oh, dope! Like 5 of them fell on one. What do we got here? Whoa! These are nice.
I know we're in the middle of the recipe here. We're just about through that, but
we got like 3 things left. Don't worry.
This is the quick contest, and if you're not paying attention, you're not going to get it. It's the Alien Ghost shirt. It's made by Pretend Living, and it's the Alien Ghost character. Free shirt gets this package. Come on.
Boom. So yeah, if you guys want to enter to win the strain that we mentioned that we smoked last time that we're smoking today, if you comment down on YouTube, if you comment down below with the strain, You are
YouTubers.
also get entered, and if you leave a 5-star review in the iTunes comment section with that strain, we
So
got
first one.
whoever does it.
And they all
Whoever's
go
first.
according to time. We'll know.
Yeah.
Thanks for participating. Continue.
All right, MSM powder. And this is this one also has multiple benefits. Good for your joints. I mean, good for a lot of things. But what it's really good for, and just to break down MSM, I'm gonna try to say this. I wrote this down because I don't normally look at this. It's methylsulfonimethane. I think that's how you say it.
MSM.
I first heard about MSM from a page called Decalcify Your Pineal Gland. So if you guys don't know, your pineal gland is very important for multiple things. Main functionality is for your body to produce hormones that keep you regular. So anger, stress. If this thing, and over years and years and years of drinking our water, this is a whole nother subject. I don't want to get too hippy dippy on this one or too spacey for the lifted scene. But after years and years of drinking things that are in our water, namely fluoride, it's not like it's a new surprise. This is in our water. We're one of the only countries in the entire world that has unregulated water. You go to Europe, their water, they do not have fluoride. So after years and years, the one place where this accumulates is in your pineal gland. And for those of you who have not looked up the pineal gland, I guarantee you guys will be shocked and learn a lot about that.
How do you spell it? Do you know? Pineal?
Pineal. Pineal.
Pineal.
If I'm not mistaken.
Pineal gland.
Yeah, that's
Go home,
yeah, and
kids.
that's
Listen. Go home and look it up.
yeah, man.
Go just briefly. Just go check it out.
And if you guys
Check out the
are
wiki.
followers of the lifted scene and you guys want to get real spacey and spiritual, you guys should definitely look up what that does. For
We're
the
gonna
body.
get spacey here, you guys. Here at the Lifted Scene, if you're listening, you're the new listener. We do get spacey, and
yeah.
the pineal gland. That's an important little instrument we're gonna have to be learning about and talking
Yeah.
about here soon.
All right, now the last couple things we have here, glucosamine sulfate potassium. So glucosamine is an amino acid. There's 20 amino acids. Your body produces 12 of them, so you have to get the other 8 elsewhere. But this one, glucosamine sulfate potassium, is basically just glucosamine. It's amino acid supplement with potassium, so it's just an extra. Potassium being there is an additive for rehydration and recovery. And then lastly, one of the newest superfoods striking the world that everyone's catching up to now. It's called moringa. It's a tree and it grows leaves, and these moringa leaves are packed with iron, with calcium. Like a couple of moringa leaves is enough calcium. It's like 10 times your daily amount or something like that you need. So
Moringa
fuck
leaves.
milk. You don't need to drink milk. It's not your mom. It's not your milk. You're
don't
not
need that
lactose intolerant. You're just not a fucking cow. All right, and that concludes the superfood shake, and I have this every day. Oh, and of course you add ice to this. It's not just like a big clump of,
Get that ice.
yeah, some ice, and
Ice don't
the
hurt.
frozen berries definitely help. But that consistency, I love it. It's great. Gets me going every single morning. And when I get to lunch, I'm not like full. I'm content, ready to eat because my body isn't processing or breaking down these heavy foods from the morning when my metabolism is super slow. So as you go through the day, your metabolism speeds, kind of peak, go up, and at nighttime you kind of go down. Your body goes to sleep, metabolism slows down. So you kind of want to ride this. You want to find your wave. You're going to ride this wave. Yeah. And if
All
you
right,
guys,
guys.
So if you guys have any questions, feel free to send me a message and I'll send you the recipe. But we're also going to put it down in the comments.
About to change this battery out here before we get shut off.
Oh, snaps. Yeah. Oh yeah, dude. Really random. Today at work, by the way,